Nigga, I'm speaking. I see that niggas try to trick you out your spot and how you look like a clown in front of these cameras and shit, and you held it down.
He got it the first time you texted, boy.
I wasn't talking to you either, Flip. And you know, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, I got some for you too.
I got some shit for you.
I got something for you too.
I promise you.
Yeah, let's get it.
Nope.
Let's get it.
No. I got you.
All the shit you be saying, nigga.
No, you. The shit you. We can do it now then.
Let's do it.
The shit you be saying and playing around like it's not you. I'm on to you. I've watched you. Okay. I've been sitting here for a minute. I let it slide because I don't play them COE games, but I like to let people know that I see what they doing.
Okay.
Now, if you continue to do it and I let you know I see it, I will respond.
Let me say this off the top. I already know this is about to turn into a passionate rant, so let me get that disclaimer out now. Viewer discretion is advised. If you prefer the calmer breakdowns, I've got plenty of those on the channel. Go binge those and hit subscribe while you're there. But if you don't mind a little heat, this one's for you. Flip, I've got to start with you, because if I dive straight into ice, it's going to get real deep real fast. And truthfully, you're not innocent here. Ice has every reason to address you the way he's been addressing you. When you look at your history on the JBP, you've clashed with just about everybody. You've gone at Joe, at Ian, and nearly squared up with Mark Lamont Hill. People still bring up Melissa Ford leaving, and whether that's fully on you or partly on Joe, your name is always in the mix when tension shuts things down. Even if Joe still rocks with you, it's obvious not everybody does. And Parks, let's just say that energy shifted a while ago. At some point, you've got to acknowledge that when drama keeps circling back to you, you might be the common denominator. Now, I'll give you this. You're self-made. You injected energy into that podcast that wasn't there before. You shook up a stagnant room. I respect that. But Ice isn't just firing from nowhere. And the fact that you don't take it all the way there with him, that says something too. We'll circle back to that. Still, you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself why the same storms keep finding you. You've got too much talent, too much charisma, too much platform to constantly be in defensive mode. I've seen growth in how you've been potting lately. I salute that, I really do. But let's not pretend this situation came out of nowhere. It was brewing. Now that I've cleared that up, Ice, Iceberg, Ice Freeze, whatever name you're standing on today, let's talk. Your actions over the years, the tweets, the commentary, the way you move, it doesn't scream moral authority. You don't get to suddenly position yourself as the tone police. Hold up, let me mute these notifications. I'm not even editing this out. Listen to this. You've got to stop moving selectively. And maybe it's not even selective. Maybe it's strategic, because you'll flip, but you're not applying that same pressure everywhere else. Let's be real. You see Flip as the lowest on the totem pole right now. In your eyes, he doesn't carry weight on the JBP like he used to. Meanwhile, you're solid with everyone else on that couch, except him and maybe Mark. So are conversations happening behind the scenes? Is that why you and Parks have been treating him differently on air? Because the energy shift isn't subtle, it's visible. And at the same time, you are dead wrong in how you're coming at Flip. Yes, you are. You are. You are. And I don't even want to go here, but since we're here, let's go there. When it comes to tenure, relationships, and real rapport on that podcast, y'all open that door yourselves. Joe even said it. He's closer to you, so he's been through ups and downs with you, so you've earned the space to talk crazy in ways Flip hasn't. Fine, but that same logic applies to you too. When you say don't speak on my family, that hits different depending on the history. And for those who've been rocking with me for years, y'all remember, I spoke on Ice a long time ago. As soon as that JBP check hit, his girl at the time and his biological daughter got pushed to the side. Now listen, relationships get messy. Life happens, I get that. But when Flip says don't speak on my family, and when you say it, those are two completely different conversations, just like your relationship with Joe and your relationship with Flip are two totally different dynamics. And if we really rewind the tape, only your time together, Flip has never once disrespected your baby mother or your daughter, ever. They joke about how much you talk about her, sure, but they've never gone negative about her. So when you say family, who are we talking about? The people you don't even have biological ties to? Your current partner's kids that aren't yours? If you claim them, cool, respect, but don't compare that to what I built. Don't do that. Yeah, y'all crack jokes about me not being married, I hear it, but let's be clear, cheating rumors or not, I've been in the same household with the same woman raising my own kids, period. Don't speak on something I created. As they say online now, you jumped into another man's save file. You can have confidence because of who you're with now, fine. But don't come at me like you can put your hands on me. If this energy were aimed at me directly, we'd be on the balcony immediately. Same with Zaire, same with Jeff. Headphones off, mic pushed back, I'm standing up, I'm walking straight outside. If you've got this much to say, show me, prove it, prove it. And let's be honest, this behavior doesn't even fit you, Ice. You'll admit to being a snitch sometimes, you'll joke about being soft, then suddenly you're playing tough guy and only with certain people because Flip is lowest on the totem pole in your mind right now. For whatever reason, you see him as expendable, so every time he shoots, you try to erase him. What? Nah, let's step outside then. Now you're on the fight list too. What are we doing? I respect men who stand up for themselves, I really do. But the first thing you always say is, I'm not with the COE stuff. Guess what? This is COE. What you're doing right now is exactly that. And let's keep it real. You wouldn't be talking to me like this if, and the cameras weren't even rolling. Look, there's a lot you could say about Ice, and I'm not trying to go full out on him. But here's the line. He doesn't get to talk to you like that. And you know how I know? Because he doesn't talk to Mark like that. Trust me, I have a whole video breaking down what Mark has done to this current version of the podcast. He won't talk to Joe like that either. Sure, he'll posture over Joe to prove a point, act like he's no joke, but he won't talk to Joe like he's talking to Flip. And it's funny, because Ice gets at Joe sometimes, but the second Joe brings up his family, Ice backs off, he lets it rock. Why? That's exactly what Flip is showing. He's trying to stay composed. But you, Ice, you keep flexing that bravado, showing this tough guy energy like you're really about that life. And for a lot of people who don't follow Flip, let me tell you, Flip is about that life. Win or lose, he's gonna throw hands. Ice? Nah. Ice is the guy trying to rewrite history, erase his past, and act like none of it ever happened on Twitter. Here's a comparison to really hit it home. Ice constantly clowned Flip for being the skit guy. That was his main attack. You're just doing it for the skits. You'll do anything for the skits. Flip, at least he was getting paid for the dumb stuff he was doing. Ice was just venting, flexing Twitter fame in his head, thinking he was building a brand. People were reaching out to Flip because of his presence, not Ice. That's why I laughed at Ice on the Breakfast Club, which of course is still hanging over Flip. Flip has to look in the mirror here. But enough, I'm tired of this. I'm standing firm. No, Ice. No, no, no. Because if a real person like Flip pressed you, you wouldn't react like this. You'd shut the hell up. That's the difference. Anyway, y'all tell me if I'm off on this Ice versus Flip take. Let me know if you caught today's episode. Like the video if you're feeling it, subscribe if you haven't already, and for the fam on Patreon, you already know how we roll. Peace.